பார்த்துக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு வேலைக்காரியை போட்டிருக்கான். வேறு வழி இல்லை, அப்பா அம்மா 2 பேரும் ஆஃபீஸ் போக வேண்டிய சூழ்நிலை இருக்கிறதுனால குழந்தைய பார்த்துக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு வேலைக்காரியை போட்டிருக்கான். அவளுக்கு என்ன வேலை அப்படின்னா, இந்த குழந்தைக்கு திடீர்னு அம்மா ஞாபகம் வந்துடும். அம்மா ஞாபகம் வந்து அழ தொடங்கிடும். இந்த எப்பெல்லாம் குழந்தைக்கு அப்பா அம்மா ஞாபகம் வந்து அழறதோ, லைட்டு பாரு, ஃபேன் பாரு, கார் பவுடின்னு இருக்கு பாரு, பொம்மை பாரு அப்படின்னு காட்டி 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 இந்த குழந்தைய சமாதானப்படுத்துறாங்க. பரமஹம்சர் சொல்றார், பகவான் தான் அப்பா அம்மா, நம்ம தான் அந்த குழந்தை. இந்த கலியுகத்தின் மாயை தான் அந்த வேலைக்காரி. நமக்கு எப்பயாவது தான் அப்பா அம்மா ஞாபகம் வரும். அப்படி வரும்போதெல்லாம் இந்த கலியுகத்து மாயை என்ன பண்றது, கார் பாரு, பங்களா பாரு, பதவி பாரு, பணத்தை பாரு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி 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 நம்முடைய மனசை திருப்பிடுறதான் பகவான். அதையும் தாண்டி பகவான் மேல சிந்தனை வரணும் அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு அனுகிரகம் இருந்தால் தான் வரும். பரமேஸ்வரன் சொல்றது போல பூர்வ ஜென்ம சுக்கிரதம் இருக்கிறவனுக்கு தான் சாஸ்தா மேல பக்தி வருங்கிறார். அதுபோல பல தேவதைகள் மேலேயும் பக்தி ஏற்படுறதுக்கு சுக்கிரதம் வேணும், அதுலேயும் சாஸ்தா மேல ஏற்படுறதுக்கு இன்னும் கூடுதலாக வேணும். அப்படிப்பட்ட அந்த சாஸ்தாவின் இடத்துல அதீதமான பக்தி கொண்டவராக கௌதம மகரிஷி இருக்கு. இந்த சாஸ்தாவுடைய அனுக்கிரக விசேஷம் எப்பயுமே சாஸ்தா குடும்பஸ்ரீயம்னு சொல்றது. யாரு சாஸ்தாவை ஆராதிக்கிறாளோ அங்கே மகாலட்சுமி நித்தியவாசம் பண்ணுவார். அவர்களுக்கு கஷ்டம் வராது வாழ்க்கையில். அப்படியே கஷ்டம் வந்தாலும் அந்த கஷ்டத்தை நிமிஷமா தாண்டக்கூடிய சக்தியை பகவான் கொடுத்துருவோம். நம்ம எல்லாம் படிக்கிறோம் புஸ்தகங்கள்ல, திடீர்னு பார்த்தா சனி பயிற்சி போட்டிருப்பான். விருச்சிக ராசிக்கு சனி பெயர்ந்து நல்ல காலம் தொடங்குகிறது. ஓ, 7.5 சனி முடிஞ்சுருத்தான், அப்போதான் யோசிப்போம். ஏன்னா சாஸ்தாவை ஆராதிக்கிறவனுக்கு எந்த சனியும் ஒன்றும் பண்ணாது. ஏன்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு சரித்திரம் இருக்கு. ஏன் பகவானுக்கு சனிக்கிழமை விசேஷம்? சாஸ்தாவுக்கு எந்தெல்லாம் நாள் விசேஷம் யாருக்கு தெரியும்? நிறைய குழந்தைகள் வந்திருக்காங்க, சொன்னா நான் பிரைஸ் தரேன். பகவானுக்கு எந்தெல்லாம் நாள் விசேஷம் சாஸ்தாவுக்கு? புதன்கிழமையும் சனிக்கிழமை. ஒரு சனிக்கிழமை அதீதமா விசேஷம் சுவாமிக்கு. சாட்டர்டே. ஏன் அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு சரித்திரம் இருக்கு. சூரிய பகவான் இந்த உலகத்தை எல்லாம் ரட்சிக்கக்கூடிய மூர்த்தியாக இருக்கிற சூரிய பகவான், அவருக்கு உஷா அப்படின்னு ஒரு பத்னி, வைவஸ்வத மனுன்னு ஒரு புத்திரன், யமன் ஒரு புத்திரன், யமுனான்னு ஒரு புத்திரி. என்ன ஆகுது அப்படின்னா, நாள் ஆக 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 சூரியனுடைய வெப்பத்தை இவளால் தாங்க முடியல. இந்த உஷாங்கிறவள் விஸ்வகர்மாவோட பொண்ணு. ஆனால் சூரியனுடைய சூடு தாங்கலை. இந்த சம்மர் ஜாஸ்தியாச்சுன்னா நம்மளாலே தாங்க முடிய மாட்டேங்கிறது. இங்கே உட்காந்துருக்க எத்தனையோ லட்சக்கணக்கான மைல் தள்ளி இருக்கிற நம்மளாலேயே சம்மர் ஜாஸ்தியான சூரியனோட சூடு தாங்கலை. அவளுக்கு எப்படி இருக்கும்? பக்கத்தில் இருக்கான். இவளுக்கு ஒரு எனக்கு யோசிச்சு பார்க்குறான், இந்த இவ்வளோ சூடாக இருக்கு, ஐ நீட் அ பிரேக். எப்படியாவது நான் வெளியில் போகணும் பார்த்தா விட மாட்டேங்கிறார் அந்த மனுஷன். இந்த குழந்தைகள் வேற இருக்கு, கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு எனக்கு ரெஸ்ட் வேணும், எங்கள் அப்பா அதுக்கு போயிட்டு வரணும்னு பார்க்குறேன். சொன்னால் விடமாட்டாருங்கிறதுனால தன்னுடைய நிழல்ல இருந்து ஒரு ஸ்திரீயை உண்டாக்குறான். தன்னுடைய தன்னை போலவே பிரதிபிம்பமாக இருக்கக்கூடிய அவளுக்கு சாயான்னு பேர். சாயானா நிழல். சாயா அப்படிங்கிறவளை உருவாக்கி யாருக்குமே தெரியாது இவள் தான் இந்த உஷாவுடைய பிரதிபிம்பம்னு. அவளை வந்து நீ என்ன மாதிரியே நீங்கள் இருந்துரு அப்படின்ட்டு கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு இருக்கிற காரணத்தினால சூரிய பகவானுக்கும் தெரியல தன்னுடைய மனைவி ஊருக்கு போயிருக்காங்கிறதோ இது விஷயமே எதுவுமே தெரியல. தன்னுடைய பக்தி தான் நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கா. அவளும் வந்து அந்த வித்தியாசமே தெரியாதபடி அப்படியே பழகிட்டு இருக்கா. குழந்தைகளெல்லாம் கவனிச்சுக்கிறா, எல்லாம் பண்றான். இப்போ அவள் மூலமாக மறுபடியும் சாவர்ணி மனு அப்படிங்கிற புத்திரனும், சித்தகர்மா அப்படிங்கிற புத்திரனும், பத்ரான ஒரு பொண்ணும் பிறகு தனக்கு ஒரு குழந்தை பிறக்கிற வரைக்கும் ஒழுங்காக இருந்தவளுக்கு தனக்குன்னு சொந்தமாக புத்திரர்கள் பிறந்தோடனே அவளுடைய பிஹேவியரில் மாறுதல்கள் ஏற்படுது. தன்னுடைய குழந்தைகளுக்கு ஒரு மாதிரியும் மூத்தாளுடைய குழந்தைகளுக்கு ஒரு மாதிரியான ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் மாறுறது. அப்போது இது கொஞ்சமாக முதல்ல கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமாக இருந்தது, நாள் ஆக 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 ஆப்வியஸாக தெரிய ஆரம்பிக்கிறது. அப்போது யமன் பார்த்துட்டே இருக்காங்க. யமனுக்கு வந்து இன்னொரு பேர் என்னன்னா தர்மராஜன். யமாய தர்மராஜாய மிருத்யுவே அந்த காய்ச்சா சொல்கிறான். அவருக்கு ஏன்னா அவனுக்கு தர்மத்தின்படி நடக்கக்கூடியவன் யமன். அவன் சொல்கிறான், அம்மா நீ பண்ணுறது தப்பு, எல்லா குழந்தைகளையும் ஒன்று மாதிரி நடத்த, நீ பண்ணுறது தர்மத்துக்கு உள்ள காரியம் கிடையாதுன்னு யமன் சொல்லி அவன் ஆர்கியூ பண்ண ஆரம்பிக்கிறான். அப்போது அவள் திருப்பி அவனை திட்ட ஆரம்பிக்கிறான். அவன் கோபம் அதிகமாகி என்ன பண்ணுறான்னா அவளை உதைக்கிறதுக்கு வேண்டி காலை வாங்குறான். அப்போ சொல்கிறான், அவன் காலை அழுகி போகட்டும்னு அவன் சாபம் கொடுக்குறான். அவன் சொல்கிறான், கண்டிப்பாக நீ எங்கள் அம்மா கிடையாது, உண்மையை சொல்லு, இன்னும் எந்த தாயாக இருந்தாலும் தன்னுடைய சொந்த பிள்ளையை இப்படி சபிக்க மாட்டான். என்ன வேணால் தப்பு பண்ணட்டும். நீ இப்படி சபிக்கிறேன்னா நீ எங்கள் அம்மாவாக இருக்கக்கூடிய உண்மையை சொல்லுன்னு சொல்லிவிடுறான். அப்போ நான் உங்கள் அம்மா கிடையாது, உங்கள் அம்மா ஊருக்கு போயிருக்கான். அப்போது அவளுடைய புத்திரர்களுக்கு அதில் சித்தகர்மான்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய அந்த புத்திரனுக்கு ரொம்ப மனசு வருத்தம் ஏற்படுறது. ஏன்னா எங்கள் அம்மா இப்படி ஒரு தப்பு பண்ணிட்டாளே, என்ன வேணால் எங்கள் அம்மாவாக இருக்கலாம், ஆனால் இந்த தவறு பல பேருக்கும் வருத்தத்தை கொடுக்கக்கூடிய விஷயமாக இருக்கு. ஒரு ரிக்வஸ்ட் வந்திருக்கு, அதனால கொஞ்சம் இங்கிலீஷ் இருந்தால் பெட்டர்னு கேட்குறாங்க நிறைய பேர். ஓகே. So he started feeling guilty for his mother. Though she is my mother, definitely what she has done is wrong. I cannot justify that. So he somehow he wanted to do some prayashitam for that. And he was so upset, he came to Bhuloka. At the banks of river Chandraprabha, he was doing penance to Lord Shasta, because Bhagavan is called Dharma Shasta. Shridharma was also worried about dharma, though it was his mother's mistake. He said, I should somehow rectify this. And he said, what my mother did was totally wrong. So I will do penance for her sake. And definitely I will rectify that mistake. He did penance for 2 years on Lord Shasta at the banks of river Chandraprabha. Bhagavan was so happy, because generally what we do, we talk so much about other people's mistake. And when we do or our people do some mistake, we automatically cut short that version. But here, though it was his own mother, he was standing on the path of dharma, and he was bold enough to say that what you did was wrong. And instead of his mother, he took the responsibility. I will do the penance for that sake. So Bhagavan was very happy. See, you stood on the path of dharma. Now I am blessing you. Now from hereafter, you will be having the duty of identifying each people's karma. See whether what they have done is right or wrong. Now you will be the judge. You decide, and accordingly you give the karma phalam to the individuals. So I am giving you a post. You will be one among the grahas, and you will be having the adhipatyam. You will be ruling the last day of the week. And in each and every house of the zodiac signs, 12 zodiac signs, you stay and give the results according to that. So you are the one who is going to move slowly among all the 9 planets. So you will be called Sanaishcharan. This is the story of Sanishwara. He is called Sanaishcharan actually, not Sanishwara. Sanaishcharan means one who moves slowly, because among all the 9 planets, Guru, Brihaspati or Jupiter takes 1 year to move from one house to the next house. For Chandra it takes 2.25 days. For Surya it is 1 month. For Rahu and Ketu it is 1.5 years. The longest span is of Shani, which is 2.5 years. So he is called Sanaishchara, one who moves very slowly. And Bhagavan said, since you stood on the path of dharma, you will be my favorite devotees. Your day will be my favorite day. From today, you be the judge. You analyze everybody. See their karma and give the results accordingly. You have the right to punish them, but a clause is there. When they are my devotees, when they are praying to them, and if they are praying to me on your day, don't be so harsh to them. It is your duty to give their karma phalam, but see to that you don't trouble them much. That's the beauty of the divine justice. Because Bhagavan never says that my devotees will not get any trouble. You will get trouble, because There's a saying, pleasure is an interval between two pains. We can put it in other ways. Pain is an interval between two pleasures. But that is your karma, right? But even though, because of your karma, you are going to suffer, having some suffering, but devotees of Shastra will definitely have the strength to overcome that. Then the question comes, if karma is going to be the decision maker, then what is the role of Bhagavan? Why should we pray to God? The difference is, I'll give you an example. Somebody met me today morning. They said, we wish to give some donation for Annadanam to you. He gave me $500. Each dollar is $1. $1 notes, $1 coins or something like that. A big box containing $1 up to $500. Just giving an example. Don't take it seriously. So it is very difficult for me to carry that. And what I did, I gave to Mr. Ganesh. I said, you please convert this as a check and give me an Indian check. You take the money here, I will withdraw there. So carrying so much money is your karma. You will have to carry that. You will have to face all the problems in the immigration and all other things. You will have to answer there. But when you surrender to Bhagavan, He changes that so that it has become so easy for you to undergo that experience. The value is the same. I got a check instead of that big box. Value is the same. But my transfer is easy. That's what Bhagavan does to his devotees. The karma will be there, the effects of karma will be there. But definitely, He will bless you in such a way that the karma is not affecting you badly. So thus, Saturday became a favorite day for Bhagavan. And those devotees who are praying to Shastra on this particular day will definitely, they need not worry about your Sade Sati or Ashtama Shani, Ardhashtama Shani, Janma Shani, nothing of that sort. Because we are close to Bhagavan. So even Lord Shani is on the favoring side to us. Till date, so many devotees we have seen. Only after the Janmashani is over, they understand, oh, my bad times are over already. Because they are devotees of Shastra. The effects of karma is automatically reduced because of worshipping Shastra. I started with Gautama Maharshi, went to Shaniswara. Gautama Maharshi was a devotee of Shastra. What happened to us? During that particular time, there was a big famine in the entire world. There was no rains for 33 years. There was a big famine everywhere. People were literally begging for food. But there was no trace of all this suffering in Gautama Maharishi's ashram because he was worshipping Shastra. Everybody is affected by the karma, but his ashram, he was flourishing with everything. So people slowly, they got the news. People who were actually literally, they were searching for food. They were starving for so many days. They slowly started coming to Gautama Maharshi ashram. He said, you are most welcome, please come. Just imagine the situation. If we are there, he said, we will cook up a story and say, even I am suffering, you know. You just lock everything inside. Make sure that it is not seen outside. Then we will cook up with the story. Even if somebody is coming for a donation for a temple. We said, see, today the days are very bad. Economic depression is there. And even I am looking for a new job. You cook up so many stories just to avoid this. But Gautama Maharishi said, no, Bhagavan gave to me. I am just a leaseholder. I am sharing my wealth with everybody. And he started feeding everybody. Slowly the numbers started increasing. Day by day, the numbers started increasing. Thousands and lakhs of people were having food in Gautama Maharishi's ashram in spite of this famine, but the grains and wealth in this ashram was growing day by day in spite of the famine. So there was no trace of famine in this world. Slowly it started disappearing because of one individual called Gautama Maharishi, who was able to do this because of Bhagavan Shasta's blessing. So Devendra got offended because he was the person who's in charge for rains. And he said, I thought I will punish these people by stopping the rain for 33 years. Initially they were suffering. Now it looks like nobody is suffering because of this famine. They are least bothered about me. They are least bothered about whether it is raining or not. So I must do something. So he disguised as an old man and he came to Gautama Maharishi's ashram and he was sitting along with the other people. Slowly he started gossiping. That is the most dangerous thing. As I said, the Maya of Kali Yuga comes in these ways. That's what is happening even when you come to a temple, when there is a pradosham. You come sharp by 3:34 to get the first row or for Shivaratri. You will be quiet for 15-20 minutes. Slowly the crowd will start mounting. Then you will start. Yes, then what happened to your family? Some talks were going regarding your son's marriage. This is Maya of Kali Yuga. Similarly, Devendra assumed the form of an old man, came to the ashram. Slowly he starts poisoning the mind of people by cooking up stories on Gautama Maharishi. You just imagine, see how it is possible when the entire world is suffering from without rain, how it is possible for him to get these luxuries or the food. Where is he getting? You people are thinking he is a big Maharishi or something. No, he is a black magician. He is cooking up some stories. He is not a sadhu or he is not a saint. He is a mantravadi, dhurmantravadi. You know, I have seen with my own eyes. Few people are actually confused after hearing this. Few others say, so please don't talk ill about a saint. He is the one who is giving food for us. There are few others who said, you just stop. There will be some reason. Without reason, he will not be telling. You tell me, please. We are so interested to listen about others always, right? When there are two individuals, definitely we talk about the third individual. And this Devendra says, see, I have seen with my eyes, this fellow who is calling himself a saint is daily killing a cow. He is giving the cow as bali to some Durdevata. Only because of that he is able to gain all these things. He is a Durmandravadi. Gomata who actually worship. This fellow is doing Gohati. Vipraropita Tenugata Kalushat Chetaya Purvam Mahana. He is accusing Gautama Maharishi that he is killing a cow daily. Please don't talk rubbish. No, I will prove you. So Gautama Maharishi was sitting in the front of the Homa Kundam for his daily prayers. Devendra is creating a pasu or a cow from his maya. An illusionary cow. That cow, what he is doing, the illusionary cow is roaming here and there, causing disturbance to his daily prayers. So Gautama Maharishi, he was actually annoyed. So he took that a bunch of dharba grass was there. He took the dharba and he was just shooing away the cow. Because of the illusion, that cow fell down immediately and it died. See, that's what I said. He is doing some magical chant and killing the cow. Now everybody, they rose, they came to Gautama, they started accusing him. Each and every individual, even that day morning, they had his food. After eating Gautama Maharishi's food inside his own ashram, they started talking ill about him, they started scolding him, they started abusing him directly. Gautama was so upset. Not for people accusing him. Not for that reason. That we will do. Even when you go for a marriage, there are so many cases I have seen. People going for a marriage, nobody invited me to have the lunch, so I am not eating here. All the way I went to the marriage, but nobody asked me to have lunch there, so I am going to some hotel. It is our nature. But for a Mahan, for a Mahapurusha, they don't worry for themselves. They say, how people can be so self-centered. They forgot everything. Very easily they are standing in the path of adharma without even thinking about what is happening. So he got so much offended, he gave a curse to everybody. For all the people who were assembled there, because almost everybody started abusing him. So he gave a curse to everybody. He cursed them. Not that you should become a buffalo or you should become a tree, nothing like that. He said, you all will lose your swadharma. That's all. The curse is, you will lose your swadharma, abhimana, and you start following dharmas of others, of pashanda dharma, and you will lose your swadharma, abhimana. That's all. Now they realized. So everybody was worried after hearing this. Because if you are going to turn into a stone, or if you are going to be a tree, it is okay. Still, at least for after some time you will have some shama vimochanam. But leaving swadharma was such a big punishment. So everybody realized their mistake. They fell at the feet of Gautama Maharshi. Immediately he was calmed down. Because though he was angered just a minute ago, that was a dharmic kopa. Unlike us. As I said, this marriage story will be telling for some 20-25 years. I went to his marriage, nobody invited me for lunch. The same story will run for at least 25 years. That is our nature. Useless stories. But Gautama Maharshi, immediately he calmed down. He said, okay, now you people have realized your mistake. But the curse given is given. I cannot take it back, but I can do one thing. I can alter the curse. I can change it to some extent. What I will do, this curse will not work now. I will change that, it will work in Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, every one of you, each individual, you will again take birth in Kali Yuga. This curse will work during that time. And during that time, what is the vimochana for this curse? Then the Kali Prabhavam is increasing. Bhagavan Shasta's Prabhavam will also be increasing. And those who realize Bhagavan Shasta's and start devoting yourself, your life to Bhagavan, you will be saved from the curse, or else there is no other go. And Gautama Maharishi's curse is very well working now. And you know who are those people who actually accused Gautama and suffering because of that curse? Each and every individual, every one of us. We did that mistake during that time, and now in Kali Yuga, we are born again. We are so fascinated about other dharmas and leaving our own swadharma. We are in a confused state whether to follow our swadharma or go to some other thing. Even getting up, taking bath itself is becoming a challenge nowadays for few people. Leave about doing your prayers and doing your pujas and other things. Even basic dharma of getting up early in the morning and taking bath and doing your daily duties, they talk as if it is a big challenge. So each and every individual, each and every one of us are sitting here because of Gautama Maharishi's curse. And during this time, see, Sabarimala temple is there for yugas, for thousands and thousands of years. But the prabhavam of Sabarimala temple was known only when Kali Prabhavam was more. At least it is now 5,100 odd years of Kali Yuga. Just 5,000 years. People now realize only then, see, when Sabarimala temple was there for so many years, only at least for the past 70, 80, 90 years, people started knowing about Sabarimala more. Until then, it's only a handful of people go to Sabarimala. Many people, they never knew about Ayyappan. But only when your problem is more, you need the treatment. Right? But there is no problem, what is the need for treatment? Now it is the right time for treatment, because the Purana says after 5,000 years, Adharma will start raising more. First 5,000 years it will somehow run in the Kali Yuga. After 5,000 years, you need an attention at that time. As I said earlier, that is the starting phase of Adharma. So that in that particular phase, Bhagavan started manifesting more. People started realizing about Sabarimala, and slowly the number of devotees started increasing. Which means they are all chosen by Bhagavan to get rid of this curse. And that is the reason Gautama Maharishi said, so this curse will work on Kali Yuga. Bhagavan will be there as Kali Yuga Vardhan to save you from the clutches of Kali. If you realize that and surrender to him, then you can escape from this. Otherwise, there is no other goal. That's why he is called Dharma Shastra. Dharmasya Shasanam Karoti iti Dharma Shastra. In the Kali Yuga, Adharma is 3/4 and Dharma is 1/4. Each and every individual is confused of what to do. Bhagavan is there. He is showing you the path of salvation very easily. The Satyam is Advaitam. Ekam Satvipra Bahuta Vadanti. That Advaita Satyam, each and every individual. Yesterday I was talking about the Shat Chakras. The Kundalini Yatra is nothing but your inner Yatra. The Jivatma and Paramatma has to merge at some point of time. But doing a sadhana is not that easy. Understanding Advaitam, everything is Brahma. Textually it is okay. Practically is it possible? It's very difficult even to understand. Advaitam philosophy, it may be, you can write it, you can read it, you can hear lectures, so many lectures. But practically, applying it is most difficult. But Bhagavan is doing that just like that. See, you are wearing a mala. The mala may be worth some $1 or $2. Okay, right? That is the worth of that mala. And what is your worth? Not even that. That is the fact. Mala is worth $1. We are worth not even that. See, I will tell another imaginary situation. We have bought a new set of shoes. We are wearing that going for a walk. Suddenly it starts raining heavily. You are unable to walk because of the slush and other thing in the road. Your friend's place is nearby. So you just knock his door and say, see, I bought a new set of shoes. It's raining heavily. I cannot take this now because of this rain. It will get spoiled. Let it be here. Tomorrow I will come and take it. He says, okay, leave it there. Unfortunately, the person who was gone for a walk, suddenly he passed away because of a